Okay, so a lead of 173 runs that Australia. Yeah,
Australia.
Australia have a lead of 173.
ये कब हुआ? मुझे क्यों नहीं बताया?
Yeah, I mean 469 minus 296 equals 173.
Yeah.
We were looking at two milestones potentially, three milestones. One, it would have been a magnificent fairy tale of fairy tale comebacks had Ajinkya Rahane hit not an unlucky 13th at the Oval, but unfortunately he fell to the catch of the match. I mean, it was a brilliant catch by Cameron Green.
Absolutely.
Made up for that drop that he did of Shardul.
Exactly, it was a dolly of a drop and a blinder of a take from him.
Total blinder.
Total blinder. And in this session, the Australians bowled with far more discipline.
Yes.
They caught well, and that is why you could see that 36 runs were scored and the remaining 3 wickets were taken.
Correct.
But Shardul Thakur, he hit his third consecutive 50 at the Oval. And guess who he joins? He joins...
Ajinkya Rahane.
No.
He joins Sir Don Bradman
Oh wow.
and Alan Border.
As the only other people to have hit.
Overseas
No, I
batters.
think he'll become the second Indian to hit a 50 on
Oh yeah, for
That's
WTC,
also there,
correct?
yeah.
Yes.
the second after Ajinkya Rahane. Of course.
Yeah.
He's the lord of the Oval, man.
Huh.
3 consecutive hundreds. Only Bradman and
50,
Border.
50s,
3
yeah.
consecutive 50s. Only Bradman and Border have achieved as overseas batters.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, this is Lord Shardul in a different league altogether.
Yeah, I mean today, not today, in this test match, you know, when there was so much doubt going around that should you have picked Shardul Thakur ahead of someone like an Ashwin?
Is
Today
Harshit listening? Mohit or Harshit? Because he was the one vehemently opposing
Yeah.
Shardul's inclusion.
Today he proved why.
Exactly. And the thing with Shardul is, I don't know, I think this is, someone could do maybe some sort of like a PhD study on it, is that you don't quite know how or why, but not only is he able to get runs, but also getting wickets on a very consistently fluid basis.
Yes.
And he gets the big guys.
Yeah.
Joe Root and Steve Smith, he gets them regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even here, look at the batsman he got. He got Warner, when Warner was actually finally settled, by the way. But probably, as I say, the worst ball he bowled throughout the test match, he gets rid of Warner. Smith one also was actually a decent ball. In hindsight, you realize that one did kind of move a little bit. That did Smith in.
But even Superman can be mortal. He had a lazy, hung his bat out inside edge.
Inside edge and gone. And even here,
in. No?
no,
Not
that's
yet,
something
not
else
yet.
we can hear. Yeah.
Oh, that's outside. I mean, our producer gave us such a look that as if what kind of weird sounds are coming from this side.
Yeah, somewhere from outside something is
Yeah,
happening,
we have
but
been having audio issues. That's why.
that's also true.
There was a comment by one of you family members. Why is Gargi, Shane and Sid sad? I said, I wanted to say we are saddened by the audio issues coming from.
Yeah, actually, people don't realize also, but when you're sitting here and there's audio issues, there's actually, it can be a little disruptive.
Yeah, it does kind of, you know, affect your rhythm and in the quality of the conversation and all of that. So
Absolutely.
it
So,
does that.
thankfully, so far, so good.
As
Yes.
far so good.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Of course, the Indians will not be saying that. Innings break, unfortunately, we thought, and this is what we were saying. You needed to bat through maybe another hour. You couldn't even do that. Unfortunately, you lost those key wickets. And truth be told, you knew once Rahane was gone, there was just a matter of time.
It was a
Yeah,
matter of time.
after, and I said this in the previous live as well. After Rahane got out, oh, how the turntables once again.
Yeah.
There was
Now it's back to Australia.
Wasn't there a pall of gloom that descended? Oh no, Rahane out for 89. And remember, it reminded me of Sachin Tendulkar's 91, that effect. Why? Tendulkar was dropped 4 times at the Oval, same venue, 12 years earlier. We are thinking, finally, that 100th is coming. But Bresnan got one to come back in LBW, and poor guy got death threats.
Yeah, but
Tim
That's
Bresnan.
unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. But yeah, Tendulkar had to wait another 300 plus days to get that 100th 100. Oh man. But yeah, we all thought Rahane, man, yet another defining knock. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer man. I mean, you talk to Ajinkya Rahane, he's a very mild-mannered person, very unlike a Mumbaikar, but
Yes.
he's got such a sharp and astute mind. Knows the game situation, knows what are his strengths, weaknesses. He admits to that, he works around it. As I had mentioned in the lunch show, the one thing that Rahane got, which was not there with him for 2 years, was luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 2 drop chances. No, one LBW was overturned. Another LBW was
No, the second LBW was Shardul.
Shardul. One LBW overturned, one catch
Dropped.
So 2 chances went on to make 89. And all the talk about IPL luck and everything, maybe we wouldn't have been talking about it had those 2 decisions gone in favor of Australia.
Yes. But even though Rahane did not unfortunately get his 100, we were very sad about that. But then this is a knock that will be talked about for a long, long time. And it's amazing how it's always Rahane. You talk about Gaba with his captaincy. I mean, Rahane is a special man. It's just that luck hasn't been on his side for a long time in his career. But now...
And remember, he came to this WTC on 2 factors of luck. One, Shreyas Iyer got injured. If Iyer was there, you're not even considering Rahane.
Correct.
He was your final, you may say, desperate go-to option.
Yeah.
That's it. But Shreyas Iyer got injured.
Yeah.
Second, luckily, Rahane did well for CSK in the IPL. But although, strictly speaking, 3 matches. He did very well in those 3 games. That 3 games had impact.
Yeah.
One against Mumbai, one against KKR, and other in the final.
Yes.
His cameo in that final changed the entire course of the match.
Him and Raidu, you can say. Both had those quick fire cameos that really helped. And yes, that's the thing. But the simple fact is, and again, I know that people are very anti using IPL as a platform or a benchmark. Would we have been talking about the way he performed in the Ranji Trophy?
If it weren't for the IPL.
You wouldn't have. I don't think.
Yeah, the Irani Trophy and Ranji Trophy stints that he had 600 runs at an average of over 50 in that season.
Yeah, but even Irani, unfortunately, he got overshadowed, let's say, by Yashasvi Jaiswal.
And it's always been the case with Rahane that even when he was dropped, I remember this very well, that he was the highest run getter in the whole of domestic circuit. He got an award for that, and he still was nowhere near the Indian team.
That is the problem. That is the reason why we feel that Ajinkya Rahane, if there is one person who genuinely did not, he got a long rope, but he was chopped off too early. That was Ajinkya Rahane.
Imagine someone like an Ajinkya Rahane in place of KL Rahane.
Getting that kind of long rope?
Yeah.
Sure.
Not in place of KL Rahane,
as in getting that sort of...
who gets the same amount of...
Yeah, you can argue that KL has gotten a long rope in T20s. ODIs, he's a certified match winner. That there's no doubt about KL Rahul. Test matches,
mixed record, you can say. Very mixed record. Yeah. Because for every, let's say, 100 or so that he'll get overseas, he's had a number of mind-boggling failures as well. And truth be told, none more typified by the series which happened end of last year, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
He looked very off color. Very, very off color.
He did.
I think what backed KL Rahul was the fact that he was a vice captain. It wouldn't look good on the Indian management if they dropped KL Rahul after a few bad series or something. I think that's also the reason why they stuck with him. Now the vice captaincy label is gone, so they're heading towards kind of that moment.
Yes, so great stuff from Ajinkya Rahane. Let's be fair, but whether he'll come out to field, because remember, he's nursing a fractured finger. And I don't know about the condition of Shardul Thakur. Poor guy got hit twice on the forearm, yet again on the bicep by Cummins. Boy, he really that arm must be as swollen as a potato.
And considering the fact that he got hit early on in the day and then batted on till like the half of the second session. So yeah, I think he'd definitely been a bit of pain, but I think if you're going to give anyone rest, you might actually probably be Rahane for a while. Then you'd probably sub in Shardul, because you'd really need to give him some rest too, because you're going to be expecting him to bowl at some stage.
Yes.
But if India is looking to bat again, maybe do not bring Rahane in right now, because he's already got a fractured finger, and if while fielding some mishap happens, that's not going to be good news for Rahane.
Yeah, 100%. I think you're not going to bring him in unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
You're going to most likely stick with, I think Akshar was the sub-fielder.
So Akshar was a sub-fielder. Yeah. So look, now let us shift our attention to Australia. 173 for no loss effectively now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. For all the fight back that we're talking about from Rahane, the ball is very much still in Australia's court. A 173 run lead after the first innings. You'd favour that team, even if you can get 200 runs. That's 373 runs on a pitch that is kind of not that easy to bat on.
It isn't.
Australia, upped their chances in the very first day. Yeah. When they scored that 327 for 3, that's I mean, we all knew that India would not be
working.
at the top. You know, Australia had an upper hand after that.
Yep. So the problem is now Australia, they will be very clear now. Bat for 2.5 sessions. Say this half session, then you look at the final session, 2.5 sessions of day 4, provided rain doesn't play. Apart 1 hour of the final session, they'll insert India in. Hopefully get a total or a lead in excess of 450, because they would not want to give India a whiff of a chance. And Khwaja is off the pair.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
Shami is bowling now, and
Yep.
good thing that he's batted just before this, so you know he's warmed up well then.
Yep. But remember, even we are discounting one more batsman in this who would be wanting to go big, Usman Khwaja.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
he was the best performer, I would say, for Australia during that BGT with the bat. He was the one consistent guy, always getting those runs at the top of the order.
And remember, the conditions might suit him a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's sunny, the early movement zip might be there, but he will be looking to ensure.
Ride that out.
Ride that out. And Warner, again, yet another solid innings expected from him. Because remember, if he fails here, I don't think he's an automatic starter then for the Ashes.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think he too knows. But see, I think he's got a little bit of credit in the bank after that 48.
43,
Not the worst innings in the world. But I think, if he gets in the 50 here, if he can get a 50 here, back longer, if these two can get a 100-run stand, then India are in big trouble. So
Big
I think
trouble,
if you're India, you need early wickets.
Yeah.
Simple as, that's the name of the game.
Look at the transformation that the pitch has had.
Yeah. Look at
This is first
This is day one.
Yeah.
But as Akash Bharadwaj saying, in this type of situation, I hope Umesh steps up, otherwise Oz ball again.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Umesh and how he fares. And look at the pitch. See the difference. We would just,
It's
all that
dried up.
grass.
It's dried
It's
up.
gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. So GGK is saying with 2.5 days left and a breaking pitch and reserve day for rain, is draw out of question already? GGK, I will like to wait until the end of the first session of day 4. End of the fourth day of the first session of day 4, then I might make a prediction on whether draw is out of the equation or not. Because remember, if you get your eye in on this wicket, it's
can-
actually good to bat.
Yeah, the key is get your eye in. You have to kind of figure out the inconsistencies in the bounce.
Yep.
Once you do that, you're good.
And don't have a misjudgment.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Because remember, Gill, Pujara and Kohli all had misjudgments.
Yeah.
It was a good ball, but they had a lapse in judgment.
I mean, small lapse is all it takes in this format.
Rohit got a good ball, so that you can say. But again, he played a shot that defies his technical frailties. That's there.
KS Bharat got a brilliant ball.
Actually,
Actually, the only good ball
Was
was
KS
KS Bharat.
Yeah.
Because Rahane got out to a peach of a catch.
Yeah, a screamer.
Thakur also, it was
He threw his bat.
threw his bat at it.
And I don't blame him. I think already the fact that he got you a half century was his job done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say more than his job done, considering the top order kind of collapsed.
Yeah, Sanket Joshi, you think Rohit would have started with Jaddu instead of Shami? I mean, spinner from one side, pacer from
I think they might do that now, but
Sanket,
no.
The problem is, see, if Ashwin was there, he would have definitely started. With a pacer and a spinner, with this kind of a wicket. But because two left-handers and a left-arm spinner, I think you're easing the pressure off. I don't think that will happen. But a good thought though. Rohit is like saying David won 100 from 87 balls. If that happens, game over for India.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And
We
remember,
want India to win.
this is the last stage of David Warner's international career also.
Yeah,
Let us understand that. It's not happening. It's going to be Mohammad Siraj at the other end.
Yeah.
So Dex,
How-
what is the question? Did we miss Dex's question?
Yeah, probably up somewhere.
Yeah,
How
last
old-
question and then we will sign off.
How old is the ball now?
This is the
New ball, no?
New
It's a
ball.
new ball.
Yeah, of course. Innings
innings
change
changed,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dex,
It's a mess.
where is your question, my brother?
Just send it to us again and we'll take it.
Yeah.
We've gone to the
GGK, will
top.
there be reserve day if rain in day 4 and 5?
Yeah.
Again, it depends, GGK. If the delay is about combined 4 to 5 hours,
Then only.
then and only then.
That
Ooh.
was a good ball. And there's a shout.
I didn't think it hit anything.
Yep.
Oh, they're taking it.
No, I think they contemplated taking it. Rohit didn't seem
KS
convinced.
Bharat
Yeah.
advised Rohit to take it. But
Yeah,
let's
so
see
I
what
don't
happens.
think he might. I don't think so.
That's it.
Nah, no taking it.
They are not taking it. So that's about it. That's Test cricket for you. Bruce Bowen, still these guys batted. Yep, Sanket Joshi. That's.
एकदम नीचे जाना शिवम. I think Dex
Yep.
might have. No,
Oh,
he did
Dex. Oh, it hit his thigh
Pad.
pad.
And it dropped short also.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
for an LBW appeal.
Oh, could be.
Was it for an LBW appeal?
Could be. I don't
Why
know.
is
But
Siraj so
I
red?
saw like Bharat do this or something. No.
Oh, he's saying it's missing.
He
Why
must
the-
have said something else. I
Yeah,
don't know.
why is Siraj so red?
He's bowling.
Yeah.
No, he was next level red. Do you think he's been bowling for like 3-4 overs? It's his third or fourth ball.
Yep. So Dex, there is no question. We checked. So you send us your question. We'll take it in the tea break, which
Yes.
is in the next 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll be back for the tea session and join us for all the updates that we are going to give at this point. Nikhil will be joining us from the Oval at that period. So stay tuned to Sports Rail. A lot of interesting information and trivia coming up. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye.